Yo, what it do, what it does, and what are we doing? Just coming back to say, you got a lot of people out here saying, if you don't follow the law, they say things like, if you don't follow the law, then you going to hell, you are wrong, you're gonna be punished, yada yada, such. And when they say the law, of course we talking about, like the commandments of God from the Old Testament. People say the Ten Commandments, but there's more than that. But anyway, as I was saying in the previous video, Jesus said you follow these two commandments, or as I was saying about the dude, he said you follow one commandment. And it's like, man, I can actually see why he would say that. I can see why he would think that everybody follows God no matter what, which actually it does. Everything that we don't perceive, or follow God straight like that. But anyway, but oh, you know what? Better yet, I just put it this way. I'm gonna scratch everything I was about to say. I don't want to scratch all of it, but I prefer to now with what I'm thinking about. And so I just preface what I'm thinking about with saying, people talk about following the law. They actually don't get it. I've never told nobody that they have to do this or have to do that. If anything, if I ever told somebody what they should do or have to do, it was only relative to whatever I was inspired to say at the moment. It was not an actual set thing. Because once, let's say it was a set thing, right? So once they accomplished the set thing, then what? Then what? What about the next thing and the next thing? Where I gotta be there to tell them what to do to everything? No, they neither do they have to be told what to do with everything or figure everything out, because of all these animals that we see gonna figure it out already. So are we. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't the whatever course of life that takes place for each of us individually, why wouldn't that actually be the thing, if not play a part in us, you know, being able to understand this, growing into understanding, becoming a lotus that was born in the water and grows out the water and don't get wet. Because what you are is something that don't get wet, but that don't get wet, it started in the wetness. Just always remember, when you know different, you do different. No matter who it is, what they say, what they thinking, what they do. When you know different, you do different. Whatever they doing, no matter how it makes you feel or not feel, think or not think, speak or not speak, whatever it is, just remember, it is the same thing as what you had in whatever other situation that you in your life with yourself, without you trying to, your unconscious, so to speak, relating it to the same thing they got going on. The same thing you got going on. It's only one thing happening, and if it happens again, it never happens the same way it happens the first time, because there's only one thing going on. If it happens again and it happens the exact same way, that means that there is more than just God. It would be like, what happens is God, right? And the way it happens would be something else. And so if it happens if the way it happens more than one way, that means that there's God and there's a way. When there's only God, and when there's a way, or where there's anything that's actually God, and God in every form that God can be. That's all it is. And so let's say that something like that is for certain people to understand, so that they can help themselves and then help everybody else. why those everybody else, most if not all those people, would apply to people who wouldn't understand something like this, basically. But somebody would hear this and can understand.